Hello, I'm Ian Shepherd of WSP, and this video is a quick introduction to Midlands Connect Project View. And these are my details. When you first log into Midlands Connect Project View, this is the view that will greet you, and I'll go through the areas of interest in the application. So context data is where we find most of the map layers that we want to look at. Some fairly straightforward, like the outlines of local authorities in the area. Some a bit more involved, strategic housing and employment sites in the area. If you click on something on the map in Project View, then you'll always get a view of its attributes popping up in this side panel here. And if you hit several things, you can scroll between them using these this array of buttons up here. Some layers in Project View are time aware, like census, and you'll know when you've switched on a time aware layer because there's a couple of extra user interface elements up at the top here. The first one is a drop down which allows you to select any of the variables in that data set, and the map will change to reflect your choice, and the color ranges will dynamically size to fit the data sets you just picked. The other element here is a time slider. So this is tempo, which comes in 5-year steps, so I can move the time slider along 5 years at a time, and when I let it go, the map will adjust to the year that I've selected. If you click on something in a time aware layer, you get the usual attributes, but you also get a little pop-up chart here showing the time series of all the data values of the variable you're mapping. Next area of interest here is select scenario, and this is the way of viewing transport model results in Project View. So I pick a transport scenario or a pair of scenarios if I want to see differences, and a time period, and an indicator that I want to look at. Here's total flow of vehicles, and Project View will map that for me. Just quickly switch the labels off because it's quite cluttered at this high level of zoom with them on. As well as viewing the quantities in colour bands, you can also view them as thickness, which also looks better when you're zoomed in than it does at this level. Next area of interest is the technical program, and this is looking at all the work streams, projects, and project sections in the Midlands Connect program. So if I switch something on here, then here I'm looking at, as you can see, Midlands Motorway Hub. There's two views of this, overview and detail. So detail allows you to pick out the individual components of a project, whereas in overview mode it all appears as one entity. So if I click on an entity in the technical program, it may have documents associated with it, and if I click on a document from the list, then that will open in my browser to be studied. Two other elements up here associated with technical program. There's the document view, where all the documents that are associated with the different elements of the technical program can be viewed and indeed searched for. And there's also program view, which comes in the form of a Gantt chart, so that can be expanded or looked at in summary mode, and it can be zoomed in and out to show different timescales. So those are the whistle-stop tour of the basic components of Projectview. Once again, if you'd like to inquire then any further, then these are my details. Thanks for listening.